Hello everyone and welcome to this pick a card reading video. For this video we will be doing mystery topics, so you won't know what your topic is until you get into the video, and I actually don't know what the topic is either. I know what the cards are, but I haven't intuitively tapped into what the specific topic will be about. So it'll be a surprise for me too, but we are using the May North Botanical Oracle deck for right now, and when we get into the reading that you pick later, we'll be utilizing the Cozy Witch Tarot deck as well as the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck. And this feels like a very lighthearted energy that I'm getting for the most part for you all. So, and it's also like a childlike energy I'm getting too, which also helped me to pick out these pieces for like decoration for the thumbnail and just for the intro here. We have like a blue agate dyed geode, or I should say a geode, a dyed geode slice, and then we have over here lepidolite. If you feel drawn to more than one stack, you can of course listen to more than one of the stacks. Again, if you feel called to do so, and if you don't feel drawn to any of the piles, that just means this probably isn't the pick a card reading video for you, but I have plenty of other timeless pick a card reading videos located all throughout my YouTube channel if you wanted to check those out. As a reminder, everything I talk about and discuss in this video is for entertainment purposes only and cannot be stated as fact. Alright, let's get into it. Hello one, and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. For you all, we have here Apple Blossom. It says the keywords are devotion / sensuality, domestic happiness, skills / tools. And on the sides it says do something that reminds you of home, and devotion to self-sensuality will bring joy. So I definitely think this relates to your home. I think a key message for you all is to beautify your home. And with sensuality, I think the sensuality that I'm seeing is more so just tapping into your aesthetic. Like, how can you make your home feel more like it's catered to you? Even if you live in a shared space, you can still do things that make your home yours. Like, even if you live in a dorm room and you have to share space, like in your part of the room, something as simple as putting up a picture could be important. But I'm also saying that something that you all need to do is clean up your home. This could involve decluttering, like getting rid of things you don't no longer need. So if you plan on going to garage sales, only go to garage sales if you, or like thrift. I'm seeing you potentially thrifting. Here's the thing. Like, I see you getting new things for your home, but only if you get rid of other things. Or only if it makes sense for the space, not so there's a bunch of clutter. You don't want things stacking up on top of each other, even if you prefer the aesthetic of maximalism to any extent in your home. Therefore, having a bunch of different things. Like, I'm not saying you have to have it all be themed, but I think that there should be a cohesiveness. Like, it should make sense that things are where they are. It should be also, if you're somebody who tends to impulse buy, you should get things for your home that are... Oh, I'm also hearing that you could, during this time, get things for your home that benefit more than just you. So again, if you have a family that you live with, anybody in your roommates that you live with, like, you don't have to... Okay. I guess an example could be like a foosball table or a ping pong table, you know, something. It could be something that's also practical, such as like a new fridge or something for the house. But I see there being a balance where during this time you upgrade appliances or you get new appliances that you don't have. Like, let's say you finally just bite the bullet and you decide to get a coffee maker. So, but then with that, it's like, I feel there's an exchange. It's like, you can only get a coffee maker if that means you don't go out to get coffee. And if you do go out to still get coffee, it's only maybe once a week instead of every day of the work week. So it's things like that. Think of practical uses for things, but that means also cutting back in other areas where it would just be like, spirit doesn't want for you to have excess. Even going back to the maximalism I'm talking about, like, you couldn't be a maximalist but not have, well, I guess it kind of, the whole point is have excess, but it's not excess to the point of you look like a hoarder, right? Because that's not good. So I see you beautifying your home though, as well, recreationally. So getting things for the home that are helpful communally and socially. Even if it's like a new TV, it's bigger and you can finally, or it's better, it has a better, more simple setup for if you attach any gaming consoles to it, right? Things like that. Upgrading to have, like, on a YouTube TV, you can watch a bunch of different sports on there, like maybe upgrading your cable or other streaming service subscription, like Hulu with live TV. I'm not typically one usually to be like, get streaming services, but I'm just saying that as an example. Like if it's something where it helps you to engage with people socially. So I don't think you'll have to worry about money if you're smart with it and you know where to cut back. So then you can add. You can add only if you cut back in certain areas. Or it's like if you want a new TV, that means you probably shouldn't also at the same time get a new car, right? Even though, I mean, a car is usually a lot more expensive overall, but you know what I'm saying? But I see that, so it's not just your home, it's your assets, your material goods. I see you upgrading, but also getting new things. But that also means getting rid of old things. But getting new things, it doesn't mean it has to be brand new. It just means getting something that's different and fits you or your lifestyle much better. But I want to go back to beautifying your home, because it seems like with you beautifying your home, that again, it doesn't mean it has to be like all pretty and like pink and stuff. That's not what I mean by beautify. But it's something that makes you happy and that feels nice for your energy to occupy. Also, I'm hearing that you should have at least one space in your home that is conducive to your creativity / creative endeavors. If you're somebody who likes, well, I see that, yeah, maybe just having separate rooms for separate things. Like some people have a game room, or like the basement is a family room / game room. You have your bedroom, and then there's the living room, the kitchen. It's almost like I'm seeing right now, everything bleeds into one another. It's like you have kitchen stuff in your dining room and in your living room. You have, oh, you know what reminds me of too, when people keep like plates and bowls and stuff in their room after they're done eating. I'm hearing Spirit say also that now's not a time, well, just in general, like moving forward, it isn't a time to be lazy and treat your home with disrespect. Because when we are lazy inside of our homes, a lot of times, and that doesn't mean like relaxing. I'm not saying you can't have relaxing days. When I'm saying being lazy, that means you do things that you purposely don't find enough energy to tackle certain chores. So make sure you keep up on cleaning, dusting, all that. Like washing things, washing your clothes, putting your clothes away, putting groceries away where they're supposed to be, not just having them in random like parts of your house. So I see that there should be a cohesiveness with where things are meant to be. So if you have things for the kitchen, they should be in the kitchen. If you have things in the living room, they should, for the most part, stay in the living room. Do you get what I'm saying? But I want to talk a little bit more about, but yeah, I see maybe you also setting up rooms to have different purposes. I see that there should specifically be an area of your home, a specific room, or if it's like in your bedroom, but like in a corner, there should be an area that is helpful for your creative endeavors. As soon as you enter, it's like you just enter into that creative flow state. And it's much easier to tap into that artistic ability, any that you have. I'm going to pull a tarot card now. 1A. I'm hearing now that's so cool. Like, this is so cool. So you should have a home that you're proud of and like you're not embarrassed. You know, some people are embarrassed to bring people over. Actually, I don't think it's that one. Or is it? You know how sometimes people are embarrassed to bring others over? This is something where you won't be embarrassed because it reeks positively of you. It exudes your energy. Strength. And it's in reverse. So I think this is indicative of there's things in your home that you're afraid to let go of or that you just can't. It's very difficult to let go of certain things because they hold sentimental value or because, for some reason I'm wanting to highlight the cat. So also, I think if you have any pets or even children, but like especially I'm seeing pets being highlighted. If you have pets, make sure you have like spaces for them to occupy. When somebody enters your home, they should also get the sense that, oh, it's not just this human's home. Like you can tell a cat lives here. Like there's stuff for the cat or the dog. Like a cat or dog bed. Or my cat just went off the cat tower that he was on. Like having things for your pets so it's also their home. So they don't feel like a stranger in their own home. It feels like a safe communal space and a communal environment also for the pets. Okay, but I get the sense there's things that you have that you don't want to get rid of because they hold sentimental value to you for some reason. It reminds me a lot of when people hold on to clothes that they've had for a long time. It's like, oh, this article of clothing reminds me of when I went to this, or just simply put, it could even be just like, I've been through a lot of phases of life, and this article of clothing, these articles of clothing have been with me for a long time, so it's just about like not wanting to get rid of those memories. But you're not getting rid of the memories when you get rid of things like the clothes. The memories will still be within you. You can still reflect on the memories and like what you were wearing even at that time, or like the piece of furniture you had at that time. You can still reflect without actually having the things anymore. And I think there might be an unhealthy attachment you have to things in general, which is why I think I keep having this emphasis show up for maximalism versus hoarding. There are things you have that are not healthy for you to have anymore, or they're just not necessary. And so as we sometimes just attach too much meaning to things. And I'm not saying you have to completely be a minimalist Buddhist who has an attachment to nothing. But what I am saying is that they're like, so I guess there does need to be like a decluttering in ways. Again, it's like, and you're not being disrespectful by having new or different things in your home and getting rid of other things. It's just certain things make sense for your life now to have, and certain things don't. And you're not like a bad person for getting rid of these things, and you're not getting rid of the memories. That's the main thing that Spirit wants to highlight. You're not getting rid of the memories by getting rid of the tangible things. And I'm hearing like it's like concepts and ideas, your feelings and your thoughts are more important than physical things. Like you could get some random piece of decor and it could, how do I want to phrase this? It could be something that at first glance wouldn't have any meaning to you. But then if you feel drawn to it and you feel like you should, wait, I gotta be careful with this. So yeah, Spirit doesn't want you to just get random things. It feels like the things you get right now, again, intentionality is very important right now. So the things you get will make sense. And you'll feel drawn to them for a reason. And that also doesn't mean just getting every single thing you feel drawn to. It's if it makes sense for your space. But what was I trying to go with that? What I was saying before. You can get things that to other people, it would just be a random piece of decor, but for you, it will have meaning, even if the meaning is just that you feel so drawn to it, and you feel happy that it occupies your home space. And it's not something where you feel happy briefly, and then you feel regret for getting it. That's why you have to be intentional with the things you occupy your space. I would like a card pulled, Spirit, for the type of energy they should include in their life moving forward. I am not surprised at all. I had a feeling we would pull this. Sacral chakra, because of the sensuality of here. And sacral chakra is connected to sexuality. But yeah, number 2, sacral chakra. The frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. So yeah, it seems like having a creative space will be important. Keeping clean, keeping everything in your home clean. That doesn't mean you have to be cleaning for hours on end every day. It just means keeping things clean, and also like doing small things every day instead of building it up to do everything all at once, like once every couple or few weeks. That's something that could be helpful for you as well. But either way, I see you having certain items in your home will be helpful for you to be more creative or just more sensual in general. Like, I feel like I'm seeing you, don't take this the wrong way, feeling yourself. Like you feel more comfortable in your body when you feel more comfortable in your home, is the way this comes across. So when you have things in your home that you are happy are there, and they just like align with your energy and your vibe, then everything will come together. And I just see things flowing, like the energy of your home flows more easily with you, and it's like more of a mutual relationship rather than you just occupying this random house. Okay, I will leave it at that. Thank you so much. Oh, no. I'm not done. I do want to say, for some of you, it feels like you could also be getting a new home soon, also specifically with a romantic partner. That is also what I'm getting, or I'm seeing like a fixer-upper. You could be getting a new home. If that's something you're looking into, whether it's something you rent or it's something you own, I see you potentially getting a new home and like making it your own more than your current space. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, 1A, for watching and listening to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can like the video, you can subscribe, you can comment down below if you resonate with this stack, and you can update your comments sometime in the future if there are any updates you would like to provide for us all. You can check out my other timeless pick-a-card reading videos on this channel, as well as collective readings, and you can check out my ASMR channels that will be linked down below in the video description, as well as all my other socials. Thank you so much again, 1A. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, 2B, and welcome to your part of the pick-a-card reading video. For you all, we have geranium. The keywords are welcoming / attracting, brilliant / ingenuity, and unexpected encounter. And then we have reach out to someone you've been thinking of, and it's time to put those genius ideas into play. When I pulled your card earlier, and I'm still hearing it now, I kept hearing, well, I'm hearing different things. I'm hearing things will fall into place. And I'm hearing that what you are doing right now requires a lot of tact. And it requires a lot of like planning and skill and coordinating. So it feels like, it's almost like I'm seeing puzzle pieces being put together, or like Tetris, where every piece connects. So even the small things connect to the larger things, and everything has like a snowball effect. And with welcoming, attracting, it's like a lot of new things are happening right now. So you have to find out where everything fits into one another, so everything fits in place. Because everything should be like cohesively together in that way right now. Does that make sense? It's like maybe you're thinking of getting a new car, but you're also thinking of you want to cycle around more. So maybe instead of buying a new car, you get an old car, and it's a car, so it's not that expensive, but it's still got like good safety features and whatnot. And you still need to like travel for work and school or whatever. So let's say you get that, but then because you save money on that, you get a nice bike. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but you get a nice bike so you can bike places more. Like instead of like if your friend only lives a mile away and you see them like once every couple of weeks, instead of driving to see them, you can bike to see them, you know, things like that. And that's also something you can do with your friends too. So then that's an activity. They have a bike that they don't use, so then you can also, instead of just going to their house, you can go out in nature and use that bike. And also now you have a different car, or you have a car, and you can use that to still get places that are further than using your bike, or where it makes more sense to have a car, such as if you're getting a lot of groceries. So it's things like that. It's like every decision you make right now, everything is connected. By making this decision, instead of getting a brand new car and then not getting a new bike, or getting a really clunker bike, like I'm hearing everything has a butterfly effect. I'm hearing that right now as well. So then it's like you do that, and then let's say you get into a car accident, even if it's not your fault, then it's like, well, then that car, as soon as you buy a car, it depreciates in value. But if you get a brand new car and it gets damage to it, it's like, how are you going to feel about that? It's like, do you wish you would have saved money there, got a nice bike, and still had a lot of money left over? Because now there's still, like, insurance only covers so much. Maybe there's extra costs you will need, or if you need to take an Uber to work or school because you can't use your car because it's, like, in the shop for repairs for a couple weeks. Right? So everything has a butterfly effect for you right now. So that's also why with the welcoming, attracting, if you do, I don't want to say the right choices, but the choices that are more smart. Think of wise, smart, and intelligent choices. Because now is not a time I'm hearing to be showboaty to show that you have this or that. It's about you reminds me of some, well, I don't know. I don't know, I'm just getting this visual. So it reminds me of people who are college professors. Some people are like the kind of college professors who shove it down your throat. Very mean. Very much like if you're not directly on time, you'll be locked out of class. Very strict about attendance. And then other professors are maybe more relaxed, more cool. You can talk to them more. If you have a problem, you don't fear having to talk to them like, hey, there's a death in the family, I can't get this done, I can't focus on school, like at this very moment, can I please get an extension on this paper or this assignment? And then hopefully then, in that kind of example, that teacher's more understanding, right? Like, you get what I'm saying? So you could be this more showboaty, strict professor, or you could be this more understanding professor. And I see you being lenient, even though you'll be smart and tactful. I see you being understanding of your life situation right now. So like if something doesn't work out, you'll be able to easily pivot. And it's like, okay, this didn't work like this, but what if I do this instead? I see you being a very good problem solver right now. There's a lot of, well, I was gonna say Gemini energy, but for some reason I'm seeing Libra energy right now. And I think that also makes sense because Libra is all about balance. And so that makes sense with what I'm saying. It's like weighing pros and cons for things. And Libras also, when I think of Libras, for some reason, I think of them being probably the best at being well, not even a lawyer, maybe a judge. I don't know. Just being in the legal field is what I'm seeing. Because they're able to see both sides as well. That's important. Seeing both sides of the situation. Not because you aren't confident that your original choice you want to make is bad. It's just you're seeing the other side. And then maybe you still make that same choice that you were originally going to make, but you look at the other side and you're like, here's what I can do to prepare in case I have to fall back on that choice or a separate choice, or here's what I can do to just incorporate a little bit of that into what I'm doing now. Because maybe some of what the alternative choice isn't actually bad. It's just I prefer this choice, but maybe there's some parts of that other choice that I like. I can sprinkle it into what I'm about to do. Does that make sense? But yeah, I see this being a time where you need to plan things accordingly, plan things ahead. I'm not seeing like way far into the future, but like, you know how, like, well, okay, like my mom has a calendar book, and she especially like a week in advance or like for the upcoming week likes to put down what it is she's doing. Or whenever there's something like an appointment, she immediately writes that down so she doesn't forget in her calendar book. It's things like that that are really important, that will really be helpful for you. Also, so that you don't miss out on key moments is what I'm hearing. I'm going to say that again because I feel like there's extra emphasis on that. You have to like plan accordingly and be smart with your decisions so that you don't miss out on key moments. Okay? And also, it's like if you schedule things in advance, or here's what I'm saying too, I see you like doing things in a timely manner, in such a way where I don't see you getting super far ahead with anything, but I see you being like on time. But I see that if there's anything extracurricular you want to do with your life, you can do that and easily hop back on the train, maybe do a little bit of extra work before or after, like the day before, the day after, hanging out with a friend. Maybe if there's extra work you need to do or like assignments you need to do, you can just do that the day before, the day after. And you're in a point where you're so on top of things that that's not going to be an issue. But I see things like working out in your favor as long as you go with that kind of flow. Okay, let's see what the tarot cards have to say. More additional information here. See, it's not like about one specific thing. It's just about like how your life is being planned out and timed out in general. The Tower in reverse. And I'm not surprised by this. It says, get ready, things are about to get shaken up. When the Tower's in reverse, that means like delaying the inevitable, or it can just simply mean things happening still outside of our control, no matter how much planning we do. I asked Spirit if I should pull another card, but they're like saying no, so I'm gonna just put this down for now. I don't get this as a bad thing, so I think that's why it's good to plan things out, because there are things that will happen outside of your control, but because you will already be on top of things, if something happens and you'll have to pivot, this is saying that, to me, what I'm getting from this is that you'll be able to. Like, it won't be something that's as big of a deal in the moment, because, or maybe not in the moment, but, well, no, I'm seeing that too. It's like, I see you being in a place, maybe you're always like this, maybe this is just your personality, but I see you during this point in time, or like in the near future, being in a phase where if something happens that's out of the ordinary, or that's like not on your schedule, you won't freak out, because you know you can just hop back onto it. It reminds me of, this is a really good example. You know how there's people who exercise and they have like specific routines? Let's say you go on vacation for a week. Are you still going to try to do the exact same things while you're on vacation? I feel like that's not fun. And the exact same diet. Most people shouldn't have to do that. So for you, there's also an ability to be open-minded to when things happen outside of your control, or that are outside of your routines, your plans, your schedules. It's like you can do, so like, let's say you go on the vacation and then you come back and it's like, you don't really, I also say, I don't want to explain. I see that you shouldn't, it's not like you shouldn't care, but also you shouldn't care about things happening, because you trust in yourself to be able to get back on track. It's like when people go on vacation and come back, let's say you gain like 12 pounds. In that kind of situation, you won't be like, oh my God, I need to like starve myself, I need to over-exercise. You'd be like, well, I'll eventually lose the weight. And if not, it's like not missing out on key moments. Yes, that's coming up again. It's like, don't miss out on life by having these routines. Allow them to provide structure and allow them to help you get things done, to help you feel motivated, confident, and having structure as well is also helpful, especially if you have something like ADHD. It's helpful to have those kinds of routines in place, because it helps keep us on track if we get distracted by things. But yeah, I just see that, like, if things happen outside your control or outside of your wanting or liking, you won't be as fazed by it, because you'll just be like, I trust myself and my ability to just, like, if I get back from vacation, I'll just do my usual exercise that I do. It's not about you needing to do extra. That's a big key thing I want to talk about right now, too. Spirit is saying you don't need to do extra to, like, quote, make up for, unquote, something. Isn't anything you need to make up for. It's just rolling with the punches when things happen outside your control. Being like, okay, here's what I'll like, maybe you have to do some things differently, but then eventually see you going back to that place of homeostasis of like, okay, I'll just hop back into my routine. And also I see that, like, if you have routines or schedules, things might need to be changed around within that, whether briefly or long term. And I see you being more open-minded to being like, if this is what is best for my life, and the structure of my life right now, then I will do that. So that's a very positive thing. Very, very good. I am somebody who has OCD, so like me saying that, I'm like, oh, I envy y'all. Because I just like worry about everything, no matter what. And Spirit's saying that they don't see that you are doing that. You'll be in a good place. And then we have 32 Merkaba. This is a very powerful, I was going to say crystal, like shape, geometric shape. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, the Akashic records, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. I actually feel like, why do I feel a little bit emotional with that? Yeah, it just feels like everything's happening the way it's supposed to right now, which is also why, like, I think you have a deep understanding of that intrinsically within you. So that's why when things happen that are separate or different from what you've planned or what you'd like to have happen, you'll be okay, because you'll be like, this is part of my life path and life journey. And this is very deep. It's like you have this intrinsic nature about you. It's a very intuitive nature about you. You intuitively know when things are like a bad red flag situation versus when things are just kind of annoying, where it's like, well, or when things are bad, but it's not like bad end of the world bad. It's that, okay, I'll just have to rebuild from here. And this is like, I'm seeing you being able to see your life from an outside perspective into the traverse into the other layers of reality and dimensions. And I think you're able to easily, it's not about you planning way far into the future, but you're able to plan for the future. And it's like, part of why you're able to do that so well during this time is because, again, you know what's meant for you and what's going to happen for the most part. Again, certain things outside the control. But, what am I trying to say? Oh, I almost had it. But, like, you intuitively can see. I wouldn't be surprised if you visually can see, or if you have dreams about this, where you can see into your own future. So it's also like, if there's the tower or the tower in reverse moment in your life where it maybe sets you back or sets you off course, I see that in many ways your future plans will still be the same. It's just about how you get there might be different as well. So that's why you're like, okay, take a detour or do things a bit differently. I can do that. I'm still going to work towards this thing over here. This is a very beautiful energy, and I'm envious of you all during this time. Oh, yeah. No, but it looks really good, really positive. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, 2B, for watching and listening to this video. Hope you enjoyed it. You can like the video, you can subscribe, you can comment down below if you resonate with this stack, and you can update your comments sometime in the future if there are any updates you would like to provide for us all. You can check out my timeless pick-a-card reading videos on this channel, as well as collective reading videos, and you can check out my ASMR channels linked in the video description down below if you're into that sort of thing or curious, and you can also look at my other socials linked down below. Thank you so much again, 2B, and take care. Bye-bye. Hello 3C, and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. So for you all, you have Calla Lily, and the keywords are faith and desires, rebirth/resurrection, innocence/purity. And it says, give new life to the old and look upon this with purity. So with you all, I just keep hearing clean slate. And I'm hearing like starting from the bottom and working your way up. So it feels like in many ways, and like with the faith and desires, I think birth, resurrection, rebirth. Yeah, it just feels like you're starting fresh. So you could have recently ended a relationship. You could have recently left a religious organization or institution. You could have recently cut off family members. It just feels like, And it seems like the things you're leaving behind and the people you're leaving behind give new life to the old. But then I'm actually hearing that removing yourself from the situation will provide you with better clarity and understanding, and you'll look at this situation differently. It reminds me of people who put their partners on pedestals, but then once you break up, you no longer have them on a pedestal. Same with parents. Like, you have them on a pedestal, but then as you get older, they're kind of no longer on a pedestal. They're just a human being to you now. So it seems like give new life to the old is about these perspectives shifting and changing for you. And I hear that moving forward, you'll be a lot more free. Even though you maybe feel like you don't know as much because you're starting fresh, you don't have to have everything all figured out right now, but I'm hearing that along the way, just like through your own experience, how you choose to live life moving forward, you'll instinctively know what to do. And even if you do something wrong, it's like you have more freedom now. So you have also the freedom to make mistakes without fear of judgment and without fear of like being considered a failure or a bad person, because you're not. And innocence, purity here too, it's like with doing new things, with embarking on a new journey and path in life, there's like a childlike innocence with that. And there's not a giddy energy that I'm sensing with this as much as just you feel a lot more light and a lot less heavy is what I'm sensing here. And I'm seeing you, I'm operating a lot more from your heart. Trusting your heart. Wherever your heart leads you, you shall follow that. So doing, what is it, in faith and desires? So yeah. If part of this new clean slate is like a new career path or a new business venture, a new relation, it could be even that you're, in a new relationship now. Like things like this remind me of like anything that's happened in the past to get you up to this point. For the most part, don't shame your past because it has gotten you to where you are, but learn from it. And also don't be afraid of the past, because being afraid of the past inevitably leads us to be afraid of the present and the future, because we're afraid of things repeating. So then it's like the things we're fearful of now, it's likely something that we actually are fearful of from the past that's caused us to have this sort of innate reaction to something or someone. So move into this with the clean slate. That means you can have an awareness of the past, enough so that you don't repeat the past in ways you wish not to. So it's more about having an awareness, but then moving forward, not living and occupying our time and energy in a way that is reflective of the past itself. It's more so that how we live life now should be reflective of what we've learned from the past and be reflective of the things we like from the past that we bring forth, and the things also our life is reflective of the things we don't continue to do from the past or continue to incorporate into our life from the past. And I want to go back to like where your heart takes you, you shall follow that. I keep hearing where you lead, I will follow everywhere. Let you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow where you lead. It reminds me of Gilmore Girls. But I think for you all, I don't want to say it's like taking a leap of. For some reason, I feel like taking a leap of faith doesn't make sense, because this is something that feels so right for you. So really grasp onto that. If it feels like the right thing to do, it shouldn't feel like it's a big leap. It just should feel like you're tapping into your potential and exploring that further to its fullest extent. And don't worry about timelines for things, if things are permanent or short term, because everything right now matters for your evolution and growth. And like I'm hearing specifically, people aren't meant to be in our life forever. It reminds me like sometimes we have people in our life, like you hear about people sometimes in your life to teach you a lesson. Sometimes it's just so that we're not alone, so we can connect with somebody, because we're not meant to be completely isolationist creatures. We are meant to thrive in community. And for some of us, the community is smaller than others. And I'm also saying right now, like part of this clean slate is drifting apart from past friendships. And that's okay. It's okay to make new friends. It's also okay to still connect with people from the past if they are healthy individuals that we are happy to still have or be in communication with. But also I'm hearing like don't try to force things to be different. Like I'm hearing things are new and different now for a reason. So maybe you can't talk to your high school or college best friend the way you used to, but you can still catch up. Like maybe there's times you meet up once or twice a year. Even if you want it to be more, if you know it can't be more because of your obligations and or their obligations, then that's life. And so I'm hearing that for you all, I'm hearing like maturing and growing up. It doesn't matter what age you're at, but part of encapsulating our maturity, tapping into it, expanding it further is to realize that some things we can't control and can't change. Some things we wish to be different, but we can't force the way things are sometimes, and so we just have to leave things be. And if we're still happy to, like in that kind of example, if we're still happy to have a connection with somebody, is that better than not having a connection at all? And that's up to you to decide. Maybe for some of you, it's too painful to continue having people in your life if you can't really see them very much. You'd rather just start that clean slate, fresh, like completely, and like get a new friend group. But again, it's up to you to decide. And I also don't see that being like cookie cutter across the board, where maybe you decide to no longer speak to one friend, but you still speak to one friend even though you talk just about the same as the other friend. So it's up to you. Like, no one thing is exactly going to be the same. But I see you also having a lot of gratitude during this time because you should appreciate. We'll give new life to the old. I also see you appreciating certain aspects of your past. Again, because they've led you to where you are now. Whether that's certain things you bring forward or certain things you leave behind and you know that you don't want those things anymore, so now you have an understanding of that. Or it's just because like you have good memories or associations. It reminds me too, like my father, I don't have a relationship with my father. I have no contact with him. I have been since 2023. Although he is not a good man, like there will occasionally be times where I don't really think about him much, honestly, but there will occasionally be times where I'm doing something or watching something. It reminds me of my father and like a good memory I have with him. A good memory I have with him is we would watch The Walking Dead together. And so if I've seen stuff like on social media or on TV that reminds me of zombies, like zombie shows, it reminds me of The Walking Dead. It reminds me of my dad, and like we would watch that together, and that's something we bonded over. So that's also why I'm seeing, I think during this time you'll understand things aren't so black and white. There's a lot of nuance. So there's a lot of to unpack for you mentally and emotionally with having that nuance, with understanding where things make you happy, and that same thing can also make you upset. They can both exist at the same time and also separately from one another and at different points in time. And you'll have a better understanding of that, of that concept, and you'll be more able to internalize that. And I just see you being less anxious because you'll not have to. I think when we think so much in black and white thinking, that could actually make us a lot more anxious because we think things are completely good or completely bad or completely right, completely wrong, completely this way or completely that way. When we allow room for nuance to enter the conversation, it allows us to be less anxious because you just have a better understanding of life in general. You're like, this is how life is. It is complicated and messy, and I see you finding the beauty within that. So let's pull a tarot card now for any extra clarity. I feel like actually, I do want to look. One of the cards from the Sun. Yeah, new beginnings and happiness. So this is 19 the Sun. Give yourself permission to experience joy, and I really do get that sense. Because I feel you being a lot lighter. This is so beautiful. This is the perfect card for you all right now. I see things being a lot lighter. And also, even with this card, it makes me think like the sun and this person's outside amongst the sunflowers. It's like there's beauty, but there's also like nuance within that. Like, everything in nature is so beautiful. But then let's say right across the field of these sunflowers, you see a bulldozer tearing down more fields to build buildings. Or you get stung by one of the bees or the wasps nearby. It's like, okay, so this is a beautiful moment, but it's not, don't think of moments being ruined by other influences that are more negative or unfavorable. It's just, that's the nuance of life. It's like, oh, this is such a beautiful space I'm occupying right now, but I also did just get stung and now I am in pain and it hurts. I think nature itself is also, could be very healing for you right now, but also nature itself, I was going to say, is very much about duality. It's like you watch nature documentaries, it's like, oh, this is so beautiful, look at the cheetah out in the wild, but then the next shot you see them chasing down their prey, eating it, and it's a very vulgar experience. So I think during this time, yeah, I see you being very raw with yourself, like very open and raw and emotional with yourself, but I see there being beauty in that, and you being, like, there's a lot of safety in that as well. You feeling safe to express yourself openly, to create openly, to make decisions openly on your terms, not on anybody else's. But yeah, a lot of lightheartedness coming through with the sun, a lot of happy energy, and happy-go-lucky in a sense. Like, I see you going more with the flow in life right now, because it's like you're just learning as you go along. And the best way to learn is from everyday, minute experiences. Because if we don't learn from those, we aren't going to be able to fully encapsulate and learn from the big life lessons. Final card here for 3C. Like, this one's glowing big. Yep. 29 healing. Look at that. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. Yeah, so I see everything being, well, I was going to say in balance. I don't really see things being in balance right now. Like, I see a lot of fluctuations in your energy and, like, things going on, but in a way where it doesn't feel like you're out of control of your life, because you'll just be like, well, some things I can't control. Look, and, like, yeah, this is a perfect card for you right now, healing. You are really truly healing from things of your past that have happened to you. And what's beautiful is that with the nuance, moving forward, you won't, like, you see, like, there could be somebody, like, let's say there's a family, and, like, there's 2 kids, and they both grow up with the same parents and the same dynamic, both are treated the same by the parents. One kid could be over here and become very successful and, like, utilize what they've experienced to heal from that and learn how to be a more empathetic person, a more creative person, a more problem-solving person, and all the above. But then person over here maybe doesn't work on healing themselves. And so this child goes on, and let's just say they're in and out of the prison system. Let's say they become an addict, right? Like, I was going to say that that's an extreme example, but it's not. Like, things like that happen all the time, where people go down certain paths. So really, it's about a key statement for you to consider right now is, like, how do you let the past define you? And does it define you in any way? How does your past shape you? How does it define you? As well as how does it shape you? And what aspects of your past do you just wish to leave behind? Also, we can still bring parts of our past forward, but it can still be triggering for us. So with the healing card, I think there's certain things that trigger you that you can work on and still, like, have in your life. It reminds me of maybe you have a parent figure in your life who you maybe still want them in your life, but part of your healing and having better self-respect for yourself in that kind of situation is to have better boundaries and to see that parent less often. To not have conversations with them when it gets nasty and toxic and when they are just trying to tear you down and when you just know you're not going to agree on something. When you know that they're not receptive to you. Right? So it's about that nuance, that almost that balance, but nothing, I don't see things being balanced. I see there being that, like, teeter-totter is what I keep seeing. So with your healing journey, a big thing for you to also understand is it's all your own. So do what feels best for you. Don't think you're making the wrong choice because another person says you are making the wrong choice. Do what you think brings you the most peace and calm and happiness during this time and moving forward well into the future. Okay, I will leave it at that. Thank you so much, 3C, for watching and listening to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can like the video, you can subscribe. You can comment down below if you resonate with the stack, and you can update your comments sometime in the future if there are any updates you would like to provide for us all. You can check out my other timeless pick a card reading videos on this channel, as well as collective reading videos if you're into that. And you can check out my ASMR channels that will be linked in the video description down below, as well as all my other socials. Thank you so much again, 3C, and take care. Bye-bye.